After a lot of thought and impartial, dispassionate consideration, Donald Trump has decided to hold the G7 summit at his own resort. God, that's very lucky for him.
Very lucky for him.
Fortunate decision. As is reported in the Washington Post, President Trump has awarded the 2020 Group of Seven summit to world leaders to his private company, scheduling the summit for June at his Trump National Doral Miami golf resort in Florida, the White House announced Thursday. And as Edwin announced before the show, that's when hurricane season is.
Oh, smart. Perfect. Smart. This is so absolutely ridiculous and just so loud. You know what I mean? It is so loud.
It's so on the nose.
There's no hiding anything. Like, this is just such high levels of not giving a you know what.
Yes.
Like, it is fascinating.
You might ask yourself, has this ever happened before? There have been rich presidents. We had a Roosevelt. I guess, there was we've had rich presidents in the past. That decision is without precedent in American history. The president used his public office to direct a huge contract to himself. That has never happened before. And I want to take just a real small moment.
Take it.
To point this out.
Okay.
The people on the other side say that, listen, all these politicians out there are corrupt. Trump is different from all of them. They've all been corrupt. Okay, so let's take your premise that all those previous politicians are corrupt. And I say many of them have been. And if not all of them do corrupt things. This is more corrupt than that. So this is worse. I talked to a friend of mine who's like, well, at least he's getting caught with all of this.
What?
He supports Trump. He's like, oh, people at least know about it. He's so stupid he gets caught, but he's also so stupid that all that corruption you said was happening in previous administrations is still happening, probably more, because there's no one at the top saying, hey, keep it down a bit.
Also, what does getting caught mean when nothing happens to you?
Right, caught but no consequences.
Right.
It's so ridiculous. Interesting point as to why he would choose it. It brings money to him, but as has been pointed out in multiple media outlets, Doral has been in sharp decline in recent years, according to the Trump Organization's own records. Its net operating income fell 69%, nice, from 2015 to 2017. Trump Organization representative testified last year that the reason was Trump's damaged brand. So that's as reported in the Washington Post as well. He has done damage to himself. That is, if you're a capitalist, the market penalizing you as public opinion shifts.
Right.
That is a free market influence. What your decisions were, the way your product has changed in terms of public perception, you're suffering the consequences for it. Trump stepped in and himself decided to give himself a giant government contract.
Right.
It's nuts.
It is beyond, and he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Because this was the whole point. I'm gonna sneeze.
Do it.
No, I was trying to.
Here first. No, do it. It's fine.
No. So I know, it's fine. But that's so awkward. I thought it was gonna happen in the middle of me speaking. Sorry, I hated it.
I love Friday shows. They're
I know,
my favorite.
it's so weird. No, this is absolutely ridiculous. And of course, Trump's resort in Miami is on the decline. Not only is it because his name is on it, but if it's not nice. Like, Miami has other options.
Oh, yeah, it is not
For people who want to
nice.
spend a lot of money at a hotel, they don't want to go there.
Right. You think that Doral is the only large resort in Miami? Go on Orbitz.
Right.
It's so stupid. This came up in the train wreck that was the Mulvaney press conference yesterday, and they asked if this was at all bad, if there was anything negative that might come. And literally, here is the response from Mick Mulvaney. That was what he said. And that was the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
Was no. I guess there was a little more. If you want to see our paper on how we did this, the answer is absolutely not. So they're like, can you show your work and tell us what evaluations you did of other resorts in the area?
Right, what makes this okay? Please help us, because this doesn't look good. And also, that's so important that most presidents wouldn't do this Simply because it doesn't look like a good idea. Even if you could show your work and make it make sense, it looks so bad and it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
He doesn't care because this is the whole point. This is the point of him being there. This is the whole point. So he doesn't care how it looks. He doesn't care that it actually is a bad idea. It's just that, listen, this is gonna help my hotel.
Period.
That's the whole point. And I was gonna be down the street anyway. I was gonna take the day off that day, so.
One of the things I like to do is find Fox News contributors who have not just taken the pill and said exactly what the president has mandated that they say.
That's hard.
And one of those lately has been Andrew Napolitano, Judge Andrew Napolitano, and I have it on good authority that his first name is not Judge. He actually was a judge, at least some, but like someone who has in the past sided with Trump in his BS. Here's what he said recently on Fox News.
They are arguing that this is not a violation of the Emoluments Clause where someone is profiting off of something. I believe Judge Andrew Napolitano has a different notion of that. What do you think?
Well, Neil, it's not my notion, it's the Constitution's notion. When the Constitution does not address profits, it addresses any present, as in a gift, any emolument, as in cash, of any kind whatever, I'm quoting the Emoluments Clause, from any king, prince, or foreign state. So if this were a meeting of the governors of the United States, there'd be no Emoluments Clause problem. The purpose of the Emoluments Clause is to keep the President of the United States of America from profiting off of foreign money. Here we go again, not in the campaign, but in some event or entity that he controls or is running. He has bought himself an enormous headache now with the choice of this. This is about as direct and profound a violation of the Emoluments Clause as one could create.
So that's three things now. Campaign finance with Ukraine. He asked for a thing of value. 2, Mick Mulvaney, quid pro quo. That is, I am holding American tax dollars ransom till you investigate my political opponents. Admitted to. And this, the Emoluments Clause laid out by Andrew Napolitano as this is strictly against the Constitution. So if you support Trump in the wake of all this, you don't like the Constitution of the United States of America. I don't know.
Even though you swear that's your Bible, like most of his supporters.
Yep.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.